Hello and welcome to the No Format Required podcast. With me, Charlie, and with me as always is the Link to my Princess Zelda, the Master Chief to my Cortana, Mike. How you doing, Mike?
Not bad, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. So today we are doing part 2 of our video games. Is it video games to die with?
No, I've not really called it. Well, I say I've not called it. We've not really called it that, but it's taken homage from that.
Oh, okay. So yeah, part 2. So we've got another 9 or so questions with a hidden bonus question at the end, which I've just made up purely because there was a game in it that I couldn't think of to put in any of the answers. So I've just made this question up. So I think we last question bid was COD Battlefield or Medal of Honor, wasn't it?
Yes.
So next one is best video game to TV/movie adaptation. So,
yeah. So basically, any
with this
sort
one.
of like media representation that's not a video game of a video game.
Yeah.
I didn't because I've got 2 favourites.
Okay.
For me, I genuinely couldn't decide between them both.
Yeah.
It's either Sonic or the new Mortal Kombat.
Oh, okay.
Both just great games. Like they don't care about being a bit corny or self-referential.
Yeah.
Sonic was just insane how good it was. Like,
yeah.
It was just...
Is Jim Carrey in that film?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he plays Dr. Robotnik.
Okay.
It's just... Yeah, it's insane. Like, I was telling one of my friends about it, and she texted me a few weeks ago saying, I've just watched Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and you're right, it's absolutely insane. I was like, I'll be honest, I've not watched the second one yet. I'm on about the first one, which is meant to be better.
Oh, really?
So the fact that she thought that of the second one. But yeah, it's just really... It's funny, it's well made, it's got heart. Yeah, it's a great one. And Mortal Kombat, again, the new one, it's not afraid to be cheesy and reference sort of the video games.
Yeah.
Like there's one point during training where one of the characters is just continuously taking out like swiping out the feet of Kano, and he gets really annoyed about it. But it's just like referencing the fact that like the annoying players who just button mash like duck down and just take out the feet so that someone can't stand up.
Yeah.
It also has the things like Kano wins and stuff like that. Like he just says it to himself.
Oh, is it?
So it's like, yeah, like I say, it's just not afraid to reference the game while being good.
Yeah.
Some people thought it was a bit too corny. It's not actually got the Mortal Kombat in it. They're trying to stop the Mortal Kombat from happening.
Okay.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Okay. I say I've not seen either of them films, so I can't really comment. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, I played Mortal Kombat at like arcades and things, but not really properly properly into it.
First game I had on my Game Boy.
What? Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
See, Sonic was, I think it was Pokemon was one of the first games I had, but I do remember playing it. I think, sure it would have been on my Game Boy. Yeah, it would have been on my Game Boy.
No, Sonic wouldn't have been on your Game Boy.
Would it not?
No.
Why did I have played Sonic then?
It might have been on your Game Boy Advance if you had a Game Boy Advance.
It might have been on a friend's Nintendo.
But it was a Sega exclusive.
Oh, was it?
For years, yeah.
Oh, okay. I know they released a Sonic, it was a Sonic game for your phone where it came on. I don't know.
There's been quite a few, to be fair.
Yeah.
The side swipe ones.
Yeah. But see, I struggled with this one. Initially I wanted to put The Last of Us because I'm really enjoying the series, but I've not played the game.
Yeah.
So I thought I can't really
Can't comment on whether it's a good adaptation or not.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched sort of a few YouTube videos of it, sort of side by side comparison. I mean, again,
I've only watched the first few episodes so far.
Oh, okay.
But really good sort of like comparison, I'll tell you that.
Really enjoyed it. So yeah, I did struggle with it, but I ended up going for Tomb Raider, but not the original Tomb Raider with
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
You went with Alicia Vikander.
Sorry?
Alicia Vikander?
Yeah, the newer one, 2018 when that one came out. So yeah, I did enjoy that film.
I've not actually watched that one.
No? It's good.
No.
They were going to be doing another one, but I think I don't know, something thingy, but she's basically not doing it anymore.
Oh, really?
I'm sure I read something like that.
See, I read that there is going to be another one, but whether they're rebooting it as something else, let's have a Google.
I think, though, it's a good series. You know what I mean? It's a good sort of thing. You can make a series out of it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, I think I did enjoy that film. But then, I was trying to think of, because I was thinking of films that have sort of, I just struggled with it. Assassin's Creed was another one, but I actually thought, no, that wasn't that good with Michael Fassbender. Then there was Hitman, another one I thought of. But again,
the first Hitman film wasn't too bad.
I thought it was a lot better.
Yeah.
With Timothy Olyphant, I think it was. But yeah, the newest one that they did, I didn't enjoy. I don't know why, but I just didn't feel like he was Hitman. But again, that's another good one that you could do a series on that.
Oh yeah, a TV series would be phenomenal.
I think there's a lot of potential. I think maybe, with The Last of Us that's coming, maybe that'll open the doors for...
Oh yeah, I think people realise you can easily do it. And so going back to Tomb Raider, reading off Wikipedia, rumours of a third adaptation appeared in 2007 and was announced in 2009. Okay. I don't know why it's saying this because this is before the reboot. So then Alicia Vikander was cast as Lara Croft in the reboot. Yada, yada, yada. I've just realised I'm reading the wrong bit.
Oh.
I'm going to skip this. That's why I was really confused. I'm not going to skip it. Stop it. Keep it in the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's embrace the mistakes. I was reading this like, what is going on? Okay. In January 2023, so I knew I'd read it recently.
Oh, okay.
MGM's sister company, Amazon Studios, secured the rights to a new Tomb Raider film with Dimitri M. Johnson and his company, DJ2 Entertainment, attached to produce. Obviously, household names.
Yeah. Clearly.
The film was intended to be interconnected with a television series from Phoebe Waller-Bridge and a video game from Crystal Dynamics, forming a Tomb Raider shared universe and franchise.
See, yeah, you could create a big franchise out of it, really, like you say. And I think there's a lot of games like that where you could create Assassin's Creed. I was very disappointed in that because, again, I think that's got a lot of potential, to create like your Marvel universe kind of thing out of it.
Yeah,
there's so
definitely.
many different games that could do that. So,
so a TV series and film are on their way interconnected. Okay.
Oh, that'd be good. I look forward to that.
Yeah.
So next one, favorite console mascot.
Easy one for me. I don't think we need to talk for ages about this, but Sonic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just really enjoy the games. It was the first proper console I had, the Sega Mega Drive.
Yeah.
Used to play Sonic all the time on it. I remember I had the Sonic plush toy. I watched the TV series. Yeah. I'm currently playing Sonic Frontiers. Easy.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Again, I struggled with that one because I couldn't think of any. When you messaged, I was like, what the fuck's a console mascot? So initially I put none because I didn't think of any, and then then I changed it and I found out Master Chief for Xbox because I love playing Halo and love Master Chief.
See, I hate Halo with a passion.
Really?
We'll talk about it later.
Argue about it later. Okay, so
in fact, let's talk about it now.
Okay. Why do you hate it?
What's the worst video game you played?
Worst video game. Oh, okay. So for me, it was Lawnmower Simulator. I know there's all these different various random.
It harked too true to nature, being outside mowing your lawn.
I hate mowing my lawn normally, so I would want to play a game.
So just for reference for the listeners listening, Charlie just said he hates mowing his lawn. Do you want to explain to people what type of lawn you have, Charlie?
Yeah, I have an AstroTurf.
Yeah. You mean vacuuming? You hate vacuuming?
Well, yeah, vacuum. Which I don't. I mean, I remember reading reviews on it. I thought, I'm going to download it because people are like, it's dead therapeutic, because you sort of mowing it, and I was sort of okay. So I thought I'd have a go, and yeah, it was just so shit. It was just really, really crap. I mean, I was sort of bordering that with what was the other game that I was going to pick? Mafia 2.
Oh yeah,
because I was really disappointed in that one, but Lawnmower Simulator.
Yeah, I get being disappointed by a game to make it a worse game.
Yeah, maybe I should have picked that actually because I was really looking for. I had no high expectations of Lawnmower Simulator when I heard of it. But yeah, it just wasn't very good.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that I know what you're going to pick.
Well, I've got 3 answers for this for various different reasons.
Is it all 3 of the same series?
No. So I'll start. Everyone knows Halo's about to appear.
Yeah.
I'll do that last.
Okay.
So number 1, Burnout Paradise.
Okay.
I loved the Burnout series.
Yeah.
And the more I thought about this, so this is what I originally put as my answer. I don't think I agree with that being the worst game I played in the slightest, because actually it's a really good game. I think it just wasn't what I was expecting or wanted from the Burnout game. A lot of people rate Burnout Paradise as their fate. Paradise as their I don't know what happened there. As their favourite in the Burnout series, but for me, it just wasn't what I was expecting. I was just expecting it's just basically a big open world map, and then you go to places, and then you end up in street races. I just wanted a sort of like classic. You pick your race course and you race, and you do the takedowns and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's what I just wanted.
Yeah.
What was the next choice I was going to do? Oh yes. The next choice was a game that I brought and took back instantly and got a far superior game.
Okay.
so the game I ended up getting was Star Wars Battleground, which is like a Command and Conquer type version set in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. I played that game so much.
I used to play that. Me and my mate... That Star Wars Battleground's the strategy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my mate used to... Because you could create maps, couldn't you? And create... Well, not create maps, but create missions. And we used to like... So he would like put all of his... Well, let's say he'd create the AI, so he'd put like loads of AI enemies, and then I'd like create all mine, and then we'd sort of take it in turns to do. Because obviously you could just add as many different vehicles.
I don't know if we're talking about the same game now.
It's a strategy.
So like Command and Conquer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember massively doing that, but
okay,
that's probably why. So yes, but the game I got beforehand and then ended up taking it back to game. And I think my dad had to sort of like, I don't know if he paid for it, because it was back in the days when when you brought a PC game, but then you had to put a CD code in, and then it was unique to there.
Yeah.
So we got it. It was Robot Wars,
and I
hated it. It was awful. So we took it back, but I think my dad was probably being kind and ended up just buying me a new game because he wasn't good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's number 2 of my choice for that reason.
Okay.
And then number 3 is Halo 3.
Halo 3.
Yeah, specifically that one.
Okay. So not the entire series, just that specific.
I'd never played any of them before.
Okay.
Halo 3 was the first one I played.
Oh, that's your rehearsed issue. Because you've not started from the beginning of the story.
Maybe.
It's like watching the third Lord of the Rings and not having a clue what's going on.
Well, I got the gist of what was going on in the story.
Okay.
I think I might have watched the YouTube video.
Yeah.
Sorry if you can hear our cat. I'm going to let her out in a second. In fact, I can let her now because we've got walkabout headsets.
We do have walkabout headsets.
I can just do it.
Could even go to the toilet if you want.
Exactly. So yeah, I brought it expecting it really good because I'd heard good things about Halo and stuff like that. People playing it all the time.
Yeah.
And I finished the story in probably about 4 hours. The single player mode.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that was really disappointing and quick. And then one of my friends goes to me, yeah, but you don't buy Halo for the single player. Yes, I did. I don't give a shit about multiplayer games. So I don't want to be going online to be beaten up by some 14-year-old kid insulting my mum. So I brought it and I was like absolutely livid that it took me 4 hours to complete the whole story mode and then get told by someone that you don't buy a game for a story. I buy games for stories.
Yeah, I think I do as well. But I say recently, a couple of years ago, they released on the Xbox Pass, I think it's something called the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
So they'd remastered the first one, and I don't know if I don't think they remastered the second one, but obviously the graphics on it, up-to-date graphics, and I downloaded and played through the entire series, so from start to finish, including ODST. But it was really like just following the entire story. Like, I mean, the first one. The story
I get like it is a good story, but to be over that quickly.
Yeah,
if you get what I mean.
I think because I know what you mean. I think because I'd played it when I replayed it, I played the whole thing, so it felt like it went on for ages. Like because I was going through game by game by game kind of thing. But yeah, no, I see what you mean. Like, and I think it is moving on to the multiplayer because kind of that's where they get the money, isn't it?
Oh no, I agree. It's just that's not what gaming is for me. That's why I enjoy when a good old single player comes out. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing, but.
So, do you appreciate my reasoning?
Yeah, I do. I thought you were going to just say you just didn't like. I got
no issue with the graphics or the actual gameplay itself. It was just disappointing.
Yeah. I suppose you pay all that money for a game and like you get 4 hours worth of content on it. It's pretty well. That's if you do it on the multiplayer.
For me, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you play any mobile games?
Not really. Every now and again, I'll download a board game related for sort of like in a mobile game form.
Yeah.
Quite enjoy doing that. But at one point in my life, I was obsessed, and I tried to download it recently and found out that they shut down the servers and was gutted.
Okay.
I was obsessed with a game called Spider-Man Unlimited.
Okay.
You know, you mentioned about Sonic. It was like Temple Run type games.
Yeah.
Which you jump, swing. So it was one of those. You jump, swing. You follow the story mode. I think like the multiverse had opened and stuff like that. So there was different Green Goblins attacking you and stuff things like that, and always like villains beat. At one point though, on one of the sort of like special events that they had, I ended up coming in first place in the whole world.
Oh, really?
Because I was so obsessed with the game.
Wow, okay.
I've got a screenshot that I sent to Lauren. Being so proud of myself. I think I even put it on Facebook.
How did you? You should frame it and put it like
I should do.
Yeah, an achievement. Okay.
But yeah, I was like literally obsessed with the game.
Yeah. Okay. See, I'd add to it. I mean, one that I'm playing at the minute is just 8-Ball Pool. It's just a
mini
game.
clip cut type
Yeah,
game.
it is mini clip.
Oh, nice.
And then one I was obsessed with, probably similar level to you were, was Football Chairman.
Oh yeah.
To the point where I think it came out as a free one, and then I bought it. Like I paid, and it wasn't much. It was like £2 or something.
Yeah.
But it's sort of similar to the. Obviously, it's not as complex as a Football Manager, but like you create a club and you're the chairman. You start off in lower league, and then you sort of agree. So obviously, you sign a manager, and then they'll come to you with players. So you sort of decide whether you're going to bid for them, and then you bid. Well, it's sort of set bids, and then you have to negotiate a contract with them. And they'll sort of do the formations and all that. So it's not anything like tactics. It's really managing. Then you do like building the stands, making picking the sponsors for the season. Obviously sacking managers if they're not doing too well. But yeah, to the point where it's like I started off. I think I created the local town where I'm from. I created a team. And you pick all the club colours and everything like that. Nickname for the club, the name of the stadium.
Yeah.
You can name the actual stands within the stadium.
Nice.
Yeah, and then obviously you're trying to manage the club because you want to buy the best players, but then if you're not getting the income, you can go in debt. And I mean, a few times I've just gone bankrupt, and that's the end of the game kind of thing. But yeah, I was like trying to get it to Premier, and I did with one of them, got them to Premier League from effectively non-League C. I think it was. I think it's like there's C, B, and A, then it goes to your League 2, League 1, Championship and things. So and it's all real teams, and you can select your rivalry with the team, like your food and drink stands. But yeah, I was like. It's one of the ones where you literally just press in, like you go on the game, you simulate the game because obviously you want to see if you've won and what.
So it's a bit of an idle simulator at times.
Yeah, very much so. But yeah, it was really good. I was like to the point where I was like playing on Football Manager, and then like it was loading or whatever, I was playing on Football Chairman in between.
Love that. So literally double football managing.
Yeah, effectively. So yeah, no, that was a good game. I enjoyed that one.
Nice answer.
So next one, favourite game that you define as old school?
I feel like I wrote this answer because I just wanted an excuse to talk about this game.
Oh, okay.
Because no one really knows about it. I'm going to say, obviously, favourite games that are defined as old school, like Zelda, Mario, Sonic for me. Yeah, they are. But this is a game called Dynamite Headdy.
Okay.
Dynamite Headdy was basically very early days like Rayman.
Yeah.
Used to sort of go through this side. It used to be like sort of like a rails shooter, if you get what I mean. Like it followed you, like you went along, platforming, jumping, doing things. But your head was like the weapon. So like your head could attack things.
Okay.
And like you'd get power ups, and your head would change abilities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then like the whole thing was like you'd fight different bosses.
Yeah.
So it was the bosses that were the big thing. You'd like have a tiny bit beforehand, and then the boss.
Yeah.
It was just a fun arcade game. I used to play it all the time. I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And it's difficult. It was brutal. It was one of those type of games that like it was relentless. But
what were you playing that on?
Sega Mega Drive.
Sega Mega Drive. Okay.
Yeah. How about yourself?
So I put Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Because again, that is like a classic game, and I've just I say just remastered it. It was about 2 or 3 years ago now,
and it's fucking difficult.
Yeah, it is.
Excuse
so
my
difficult.
French.
To the point where like there's one. I think it's on the Great Wall of China, and like my partner Lauren,
go the bridge.
Yeah, like absolute nightmare. I couldn't do it, and wife Lauren, she grew up playing that game. Like she's not really into gaming. Like she plays the mobile game stuff, but she's not into gaming. Anyway, she'd not probably played it for about 10, 12, whenever it initially years or so. She came on, did it like within about 2-3 attempts.
Really?
Yeah.
I know for a fact that took me over 300 attempts.
Oh, really?
I texted my friend like getting so angry.
She's actually really good at Crash Bandicoot.
That's depressing.
She used to play when she was younger. She used to call it Lose a Life or something. So it was like, I think she was playing it with a cousin. So you'd play it. If you died, you pass the controller on to someone else, and then if they died, then you'd pass it around, kind of thing. But yeah, that and Command and Conquer. Again, one of the
great game.
First strategy games I ever saw. Well, yeah, it's a strategy game.
That and Red Alert with me.
Yeah, they've got on. You don't have the Xbox Pass, do you? They've got it remastered. Red Alert.
How does it work on the Xbox?
Pardon? I got it for PC.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, again, there was some really difficult game. Really difficult, and you can sort of press the space bar. You can play it out of the original graphics. You press the space bar and it upgrades it.
Is it like much better sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's still like obviously it's still like the thingy, but yeah, like it's just like the defined. So before it's all in blocks.
Yeah.
Like when you're looking at like, for example, a tank, it's just all block. It was like smoother edges, so they made the tank look more like a pit. It's like a picture of a tank that's moving about, really.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'd probably say them two.
No, good choices.
Classic games. So, I don't know how you're going to feel about this next question, Mike. Even though you wrote it, best multiplayer game. As you said, you're not a big fan of multiplayer.
I'm not a big fan of online multiplayer.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
I think it's because I just crave it in human interaction. So for me, the answer is sitting down with your wired controllers as close to the TV as you possibly can be.
Yeah.
Playing GoldenEye.
Okay.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
You can't beat it, Myers.
No. See, I replayed that recently, and it made me feel motion sick.
Yeah, I remember you saying. I remember my mum used to get motion sick.
Oh, really?
When we used to play it.
Yeah.
That and Zelda, but we used to like spin around in circles with Zelda just to wander up.
Oh, really?
I got vivid recollections of like hearing A1 or Blue in the background when I'm listening to one of them, and us just being in Hyrule Field or playing GoldenEye on like with my brother.
Oh, okay.
That's what she'd always put on.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, it's just GoldenEye. Love it.
Okay.
You can't beat it. That, or now I come to think of it, although it's a game that actually it's a great answer for your last question. I was going to say that.
Okay,
now.
Save it.
But I'm going to still say it as my multiplayer one because I've also got another one for the last question.
Okay.
Time Splitters.
Okay, I never played. Wait, is Time Splitters the one you used to play at arcades?
No.
I'm thinking of Time Crisis.
You are thinking of Time Crisis.
Yeah.
Time Splitters. I think it was on the GameCube. It was just a great, again, multiplayer shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I agree with you. I do like playing online games, but I like playing online when you're playing with somebody else against like AI.
Yeah.
They're my favourite type of ones. But for me, I've put a game that's probably not. I can't imagine many people have known about it, but it's called Arma 3.
No, I've not heard of it.
So it's. I think they actually use it as a military simulator.
Oh, really?
So there's obviously it's the third game. I've never played any of the other two, but I remember. I mean, the PC that I've got, my gaming PC, I specifically bought for that because I've wanted to play it for years.
Really?
It's been out for a long time. But yeah, I mean, again, it's a military simulator game, so it's not like your Call of Duties and things. Like it is sort of first person shooter.
Yeah.
But it's really realistic. So like there's a long single player mission to it. So like to the point where if you get it's sort of a fictional island that's been invaded, and you're sort of going in as I think like NATO to kind of help clear the island of the baddies. But yeah, like you get shot in the leg, like you're limping, like until you kind of heal with a medipack. If you die, that's it. You die. You have to start the mission all over again. Like if you sprint when you get, so if you were sprinting and then you went to shoot, you couldn't be all over the place because you'd be knackered like you would be in real life.
Okay.
But there's an online server that I play on. It's called Annex and Invade or something like that. But it's all, so you're playing against the AI, you're playing against the map, but you turn up, sort of spawn onto the map. Like they've got quite strict server rules and things. So like you work in a squad, so there's no free roaming. You have like a squad leader of each squad, and each squad, like you have your medics. You have to have a couple of medics, like anti-air, anti-armor, a marksman, sniper, just your normal assault. And you have like missions. So you have like there's a command structure within with people. So you've got a guy who's just the commander who stays at the base, and he sort of tells everybody where to go. They have like a command channel. Then you have like you can call in airstrikes from people that play as like in the fighter jets. You have helicopter, like people's job is just literally helicopter pilots, so they just will pick you up, drop you into the battle. But yeah, if your whole squad gets killed, so you can be revived by a medic. But if your whole squad dies, then it's like you'll have to respawn back at the base, kind of thing.
What was it called again?
Arma 3.
Oh, just Arma 3.
Yeah, it's ARMA. It's not spelled like armor, thingy. I think it stands for something, but I don't know what. But yeah, because it's good. Because I mean, there's some servers on that where it's to the point where people are so strict, right? The
graphics look insane.
Sorry?
The graphics look insane.
They are really good. I mean, there's loads of different mods. Like they've done Star Wars mod, for example. So they have like stormtroopers and like the original like Republic.
Oh yeah.
Like so you have, but it's all. But I mean, there's some like ones you can join where you have to go. Like so, I was looking at joining one, and you have to go on. You have to commit to playing twice a week. They have training days where you go on the firing range. You have a rank structure. You have a sergeant that you report to. You have to like basically report.
That's mental.
And they've like come and I mean, yeah, it's got that thing where people like sir, calling each other sir and stuff like that.
Wow.
On it. Yeah, which this one's quite good because there's none of that. Like you don't have to call anyone sir, but it's sort of in the middle of like your Call of Duty where it's just spray and pray to there is a structure and you work as a team and like you'll call out enemies as you're going along and you know what I mean. They'll say like right, we want to a base of fire. Like, right, we need 2 people that are sort of doing covering fire. You 2 flank round the other side. But it's good because everyone that comes on it is wanting like to play as a team kind of thing.
You're not going to get people arsing around and stuff.
Exactly, and then just kick them if they do anyway. So so no, I do really enjoy that. That is a good game. So next one, favourite game of all time.
Favourite game of all time. Obviously, there's a lot to choose from.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mentioned how Zelda's my favourite franchise of all time.
Yeah.
So it was obviously going to be a game within there.
Yeah.
And it's a classic answer, but you can't beat it. It's The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
It's just so good. It's like the dungeons are phenomenal. For the time, the graphics were phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it probably took me about 16 years to complete.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because I remember getting stuck on the classic water temple.
Yeah.
Like any water levels are always a nightmare in any games. Got stuck on there for so long, and then started again in uni and managed to complete it.
Oh, okay.
I was so happy about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a great game.
Yeah.
Love it.
So I've never really played it. I know Lauren, she did like Zelda, but
I really highly recommend it. I'd say it would still hold up to this date.
Yeah. I suppose I'm going to have to buy like a Switch to play it, I think, now.
Yeah, because I think you can get the online games pass for that, which you can play the loads of N64 games.
Oh, okay. Oh, that'd be pretty good. And I keep saying to Lauren whether she'd want one, so then I could buy it as a birthday present or Christmas present, and then you know what I mean? And then I get to play it.
Yeah, exactly. Win-win.
Yeah, so... Yeah, okay.
How about yourself?
So I put Football Manager.
Yeah.
Like, I do. I mean, it's a game that I sort of get every year near enough. I mean, I've been having it. I've been on the Xbox Game Pass actually for the past couple of years, so I've not had to buy it. But yeah, I love it. Like, yeah, I'll go through phases where like I'll play it constantly for ages, and I won't, and I'll sort of leave it for a little bit, then I get back into it, kind of thing. So just at the minute, I think I'm just starting to kind of get back into it. But yeah, I mean, when I'm playing it, I'm thinking about it all the time. Like, I'm thinking of tactics, I'm thinking of my transfers. And I remember when you used to do your last podcast, and I remember other Mike, talking about it because he was quite interested.
Yeah,
He was like, really
he used to apparently like do the commentary, and after sort of like discussions about it, the match sort of thing.
I did exactly that.
Did you?
Yeah, in the mirror when I was brushing my teeth, I'd be thinking of like things like, you know, you might get asked as like by pundits or something like that about like new transfers coming in or like what area, and to the point where I'd be like in bed thinking of like what areas I need to strengthen in my team and like potential transfer targets. And because one of my favorite parts of the games is the transfer window.
Yeah.
I mean, on it at the minute I'm Man City, and it's sort of starting to get a bit, I think that's why I sort of kind of got a bit bored of it, because I've got like this ridiculous amounts of money that I can buy. You know what I mean? I think my last season I had like 300 million to spend, which, I mean, there are players that are 100 million. So, but like playing in the Championship, well, with Middlesbrough, I support, like, you got maybe a transfer budget about 5 or 6 million. So you're having to sort of wheel and deal a bit, get a few free agents, get a few players on loan. But yeah, no, I just do love it.
See, I was obsessed. For someone who's not into football,
yeah,
was obsessed with it as well at some point. It's just it is a great like strategy game.
Yeah,
but obviously, like when I last played, the big thing to do was to buy Freddie Adu the first season.
Okay, yeah. Who's going to be this like real world class?
Yeah, exactly. Everyone had big hopes for him because of Football Manager, but he was no one really.
There's a list of players that I remember reading. It's like players that were so in real life were really good, but crap on Football Manager, and vice versa. So Football Manager were really good, but shit in real life.
Okay.
But yeah, Freddie Adu was on there. But yeah, I mean, to the point when I was playing it where there was players, obviously I'm like 5 or 6 years into it, and I'm up to the point where like I'll be watching real football and I think, I didn't realise that player played for that team, but I've actually forgot what team they play for, because I'm sort of morphing into my version of football kind of thing.
I get it, yeah.
So yeah, but no, really good game. Like I say, play it every year. And I sort of describe it to people, and my mate sort of described it as basically like you're playing on a spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's
like an Excel spreadsheet, really, isn't it, that you play in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what current video games are you playing?
Currently playing Sonic Frontiers, but I've not really picked it up in a while.
Okay. What's that on?
Say again?
What are you playing that on?
Playing on the Switch. Okay. It is a great Sonic game. It's basically an open world Sonic game.
Yeah.
But it's just really good. I'm a bit annoyed I stupidly skipped the story because I just really got excited about playing it.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what's going on in the game.
Okay.
I should probably, maybe I'll find the YouTube video that's like got the cutscenes.
Yeah.
So I can work it out because I'm very, very confused about what's happening. But I was too excited. I just wanted to get into the gameplay.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't buy a Sonic game for like a story necessarily.
No. Just because it's Sonic and you like the gameplay of it.
Exactly.
Okay.
How about yourself?
So I've got two. So Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, so jealous.
Really good game.
Unfortunately, do not say a single thing about it because I don't want any spoilers.
No, I won't. It's. I was a bit worried when I got it because I was thinking, is it going to live up to expectation? But yeah, really good. And that's the game that one was talking earlier about open world where I'm sort of just doing the side quest. But like some people I was reading online were just buying it, not necessarily even to kind of play it, but just so they can go around Hogwarts and big Harry Potter fans like are buying it because it's a Harry Potter game and you can kind of go around Hogwarts, go around the grounds, and I mean the map is huge. Like I've discovered another part of the map I didn't realise was on it.
Really?
That makes sense. Like, and it's a huge other part of the map. But yeah, the graphics on it are amazing. Like, and just walking around, like, because you can fast track between places. You got like what do they call them? Not port keys, flue powder from the film. So you can do, but I don't really do it because I just like walking around Hogwarts and I like flying on my broom around the map because you come into things like additional quests and just looking at the map as a whole kind of thing.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind when I play.
Yeah, I'd definitely recommend just not. I mean, it gets to the point where like you're doing certain missions where you go maybe quick things that you might just use it because it's easier. But yeah, I'd recommend just not using them to start with and just exploring and but. So yeah, really good game. And then Call of Duty, as I mentioned earlier, that I'm playing with my mate. Yeah. Like that. Specifically, I've done the story mode on it, but just specifically that online thing. Yeah. So.
Right. So next question: what video game have you played the most? And I feel I know the answer for this.
Have a guess.
Football Manager.
That is well done. Yeah. Just it tells you on Steam or how many hours you've played.
One of my friends has wasted like months, if not years, on.
Oh really?
Football Manager 2016, I think.
I mean, I can go through my Steam and it tells me like how many, like something like 300 hours, 400 hours kind of thing, and I think what could I have done with that time? Like, but then you buy the game for like 30 quid and you split it down to how much that's for every hour you've spent on it.
Bargain.
Yeah, you're getting your money's worth.
I know with him he used to simulate a lot of games to get as far as he could, sort of thing. So it'd be running in the background. So.
Yeah. Okay. And I've seen like things online where people have gone like 100 years in the future and stuff like that. And I mean, I think the maximum I've gone to is about maybe 8 or 9, no, maybe about 10 years, I think, from playing season by season. But yeah, it's such a good game. I mean, I won't go into it again because I've just literally been discussing it. But what about yourself?
Well, again, we discussed it earlier. Skyrim, because I played it. Did I discuss it earlier? No, sorry, I did.
No, you said you were going to come back to it.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you did.
Yeah, I've literally played it across numerous different consoles and never completed it. Get distracted by the side quests, and then in the latest version that I've tried playing it on, the game bugged out and I can't actually do anything.
See, when I played Skyrim, I wasn't far into it, and you could just save it wherever you were, couldn't you? You could just save, and I saved literally just before I got attacked by a dragon. And because is it the Dragonborn thing?
Yeah,
it's that Skyrim. Yeah. And whatever I did, I could not like survive being like I was trying to try to run away left, try to run away right. You know what I mean? Whatever I did, I could not. So it's like, well, I'm gonna have to start again now.
Yeah,
I can't be bothered. But again, huge map, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
huge map.
Same. Good game though.
I wonder what the biggest. Maybe a quick Google. The biggest map on any game.
Flight Simulator.
Oh yeah, that's what, because it's the size of the Earth. Well, what about No Man's Sky?
Yeah, No Man's Sky's got to be out there because it's just infinite.
Yeah, there's planets that, you know what I mean, they're just people probably didn't ever discover in 100 years of playing it.
I'll Google very quickly.
There's a new game similar to that coming out I think it's called Starfield.
What's it called? Bethesda game.
Oh, is it Bethesda?
Yeah,
because it's coming to I think it's coming to Game Pass direct.
Yes, it is.
So
because Microsoft now own them.
It kind of reminds me of kind of Skyrim. Not Skyrim, sorry, No Man's Sky. Kind of reminds me of it.
I've not actually watched the trailer for it, to be fair.
No?
Just Googling the biggest maps in video games.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it will include that in it because it's a bit cheaty.
Oh, okay.
But we'll see. No, it has included in No Man's Sky, size unknown.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose it's not as in like, because a lot of the stuff like that, you go down to the planet, it's a lot of repetitiveness, if that makes sense.
Yeah. then you've got these are all equal. One called Elite Dangerous and one called Minecraft.
Okay.
So obviously, Minecraft self-regenerating continuously.
Yeah, that's true.
Below that, with an actual square mile, is Flight Simulator.
Yeah,
and then hopefully below that, not cheating like the others are, is Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfield.
Okay. I do love like having such big maps like that, and where you can like walk. See how long it takes like to walk from one side.
Oh yeah,
to the other kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely ages.
Yeah.
Let's see where Skyrim falls on the list.
I do love a good map. I love big map anyway on a game.
Like I say, I'm a big fan of open world games. So
yeah. So I do have a bonus question.
Yes.
So what old classic game would you like to be remade? So either remade as like a complete kind of graphic upgrade remake, or like they make another game of that series, if that makes sense.
For me, it would be. I'm not going to say it would make another game. Like in my head, I went to like Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I was like, oh, that'd be amazing. But actually, part of its charm is it's like little pixels. It's really not bad, like to the standards. But I would love like return to the classic olden days, not like when Bethesda took it into modern times. Return back to World War II. Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
Okay.
And a remaster of that. I loved that as a kid.
I've never played that.
So good. It's like alternate history, World War II.
They've brought out new ones, haven't they?
Oh yeah. And I'm playing through one of them at the moment.
Okay. It's like in America where the Nazis have won and invaded.
America, in the actual thing. But back in this, it's Hitler like has robot technology and stuff like that, I believe.
Okay.
From what I remember, it's been a very long time that I played it.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. How about yourself then for your bonus question?
So I wrote this bonus question just so I could kind of mention this game, but it was Battle for Middle-earth 2, so Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle-earth, strategy game. Have you ever played it?
I don't think I have, no.
No. It was a strategy game of Lord of the Rings, effectively. So it kind of reminded me a bit of maybe like Command and Conquer, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So there was two of them, and then they did an add-on. I forgot what the add-on was called. But the servers, you cannot buy the game now. They shut the servers down.
Oh, was it online?
No. Well, it was on. You could play it online. So, but you can't even buy the game unless you've got a hard copy of it.
Oh.
There's nowhere like online. Like if you go on Steam or EA, because it's an EA. It was an EA game, but EA have lost the license.
I feel like there's a lot because obviously Lord of the Rings: Two Towers is a classic game that everyone loves as well.
Yeah. Another
game that'd be great for a remaster.
Yeah.
You can't buy that anywhere either.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find it sad when like games like what's another one in my head? Deadpool.
Yeah.
Did a Deadpool game and then you can't find that anywhere now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's a shame because if you go online, you can, I suppose, illegally download it. But yeah, you can't. Which is it's annoying because I had a hard copy of it, and I don't know where. Obviously, I must have got rid of it. And yeah, I would love to play it. I really would love to play it again because I watch gameplay videos of it all the time. And
really,
it was such a I remember I started seeing the thing on Facebook, and I tagged my mate in it, and it was a company that you could supposedly buy it from. And I think I put in the tag like, oh, it's a shame it's not real kind of thing. And then they started messaging me like, oh no, we're a legitimate company. We're, you know what I mean, we've remastered the game and all this. So you could, I didn't in the end because I wasn't 100%.
Yeah,
it was just a Facebook advert. So, but yeah, it was such a good game. Like again, that was one you had your single player story, or you could do like just your missions where you'd sort of like you were the elves and you picked you could have dwarves, goblins or orcs, and then you could just you're at Helm's Deep, Minstereth. Yeah, the one at the end of Return.
I'm not sure. I'm not the biggest like.
How are you not? But yeah, like your big, from the big things. But yeah, such a good game.
Very nice.
So yeah. But yeah, that takes us to the end of our video games.
From our history.
Our history
of video games.
I know, I did enjoy doing this.
Yeah, I agree.
Of the old games, and you sent me the list about maybe a month or so ago.
Yeah.
And I remember filling it out. At the time, I was thinking there was some that I just couldn't think of, and then I just thought of random. You know what I mean? You think about more things, so it was quite a good idea to have that bit of.
And I feel like there's definitely more categories and stuff we can talk about as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So maybe at some point we'll do a part 3.
Yeah.
Of this series.
Yeah.
And also, like we talked about movies, we've also got more questions of movies at some point to ask each other.
Yeah.
And I'd like to do TV shows as well at some point.
That'd be a good one. TV shows,
so we've got a few more under the belt for these ones.
Yeah.
I think next week we'll probably do a chat the shit type episode. We've not done one of those in a while, have we?
No, we have not done one of them for a while.
No.
Sounds good.
So yeah, join us next week for potentially that.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week, guys.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.